All right, everybody, we're back after how many days has it been since I've recorded an episode? I mean, I know the new one got uploaded relatively recently. Maybe I think want to say about a week ago. Let me go check the YouTube. Oh, exactly a week ago, this got uploaded from or the last. You get what I mean. The last episode was uploaded exactly a week ago, but that one took a very long time to come out because I've just been a very busy boy, and that one actually required a lot of editing and also rendering it was very excruciating. Guys, I love editing videos. It doesn't make me want to pull my already graying and balding hair out of my head, any more than I already do. That being said, guys, this is In Your Shoes. I took a little bit of a break from the show, also just to kind of like let questions accumulate in the Google form, which by the way, guys, Google form is down below in the description, and also just in my Discord server, and I think somehow I'm setting up a command to make one in my Twitch chat. I'm still working on that one. That being said, we have a few new good ignore my dog barking in the background. A few new good submissions that I wanted to go through here, and I might record 2 episodes back to back today, just so I have a little bit of a backlog, especially because the holidays are coming up. In fact, Thanksgiving is 2 days away, so oh joyous me, I got to go get ready for that, and I think I'm actually going shopping for that very very soon after recording this. So either way, who knows when this is going to come out. I'd like to have this out maybe on Thanksgiving Day. You guys will get a new little Thanksgiving Day present, a new IYS episode. I kind of feel like this show has sort of become like a mini podcast in a way, because I've been doing these longer intros where I just talk about things that I've been doing, and then we get into the question, because the crux of this whole thing that we do is the question. It's always to answer a question from you guys. It's my way of kind of being able to interact with you guys in a non-live setting and kind of just let the flow of thoughts happen. And also, I'm allowed to edit whatever I want to edit out, whereas whenever I'm live, I kind of can't do that. So it kind of takes a little bit of stress off me to kind of just be in a more tranquil state and make maybe a funny little but helpful advice show. In fact, a few people in my chat on Twitch have told me how they've really enjoyed the episode so far, so that's great. I need to stop yapping because there's something I do want to yap about, so give me a sec. Recently, I managed to fire up my old Xbox One S that I believed to have been broken since I got my PC back in 2021, and I haven't touched this Xbox One since then, and I booted it up. And the first game that showed up that was still installed on it was Minecraft, and I went through this past weekend and just explored all of my old Minecraft worlds from back when I was like 19 years old, or well, I mean, I swear it's every time I sit down to record something, I get interrupted. Oh my gosh. Back in 2021, I was 21 years old, obviously. If you guys know me, you know, whatever. But I hadn't touched one of those Minecraft worlds since I was 19 years old and like a community college student, and I went and just explored it. And that's my little, not advice for you, but little activity for you guys to do. If you still have access to like your old Minecraft worlds from when you were younger. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you are still young and you're not like a jaded 25-year-old like I am now. But either way, it was a really interesting experience and seeing all of the stuff. It's kind of like going to a museum, but it's like a museum of you. And Minecraft is a very unique experience in that regard, I think, because nothing else is quite like it. And now my dog's scratching at the door. I love this episode. I was trying to be so... Oh boy. All right, let's just get to the fucking question. Okay, all right, I'm here, guys. Don't worry. Our question for today, I really like this one because it was really short, and also, like I said, I'm running a little bit on time here because we're getting ready for the holidays, specifically like Thanksgiving. I actually have to go out shopping sooner than I realized. I didn't realize it's almost 4 p.m. that I'm recording this as of right now. So this question is very short and simple, and I think this is going to make for a very good short and simple episode. It's called... How do you avoid comparing yourself to other creators and their success and their journey when trying to make content? And as much as I have fallen victim to doing this before, of like, comparing myself to other people, whether they're bigger than me, whether they're the same size as me, or even sometimes even smaller than me, I see smaller creators doing more stuff that I wish I was doing. I'm like, damn it, why didn't I think of that idea, And I smack my forehead real hard, and I don't actually do that. That's a joke. It's a joke. But, I will admit I do fall victim to this this thought process sometimes, but I always kind of I pull myself out of it actually relatively quickly every time I find myself in that position, because, if you view growth as a race, to get to some goal, you'll never even cross the starting line, because creating content and the content growth creation journey, whatever you want to call it, it's different for everybody. Like, there's no right answer. There's no key to getting it done. It's going to feel different for everybody. Everybody's going to have a completely different trajectory. And I do feel like, to some extent, though, especially nowadays, and this is part of the reason I feel like maybe I'm starting to hate the internet a little bit, is that if you don't start as young as possible, like, I see some of these kids that are like 16, 17 years old with these YouTube channels with like millions of subscribers and views. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm 25 now. Holy shit. But then I remind myself that I've been making content since I was like technically 22, I want to say. Yeah, technically 22 years old. And I remind myself that I always think of Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps was 25 years old, my age right now, when he created Game Grumps. And I always think, like, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously I'm not the same as him. I'm not going to make Game Grumps or the next Game Grumps or anything like that. But it's a reminder that, like, your growth, your journey can start whenever you want, and it can end whenever you want. You can give up, you can throw in the towel, but I don't feel like doing that yet. I think the best way is just like, you can compare yourself to other creators. I technically just did that by making the reference to Aaron Hansen, but like, I think what you should do if you find yourself in a position of comparing yourself to other creators and their success and their journey is you should think about what you actually want out of content creation. What goals do you have? Don't compare yourself and go like, oh, well, this person hit this goal at this point or before I did or whatever. And instead you should focus on, well, what goals do you want to make? And for me, like, one of my goals is to hit 500 followers by the end of 2024. And boy, oh boy, that's 500 followers on Twitch, I should say. I don't really have a solid goal for YouTube yet. I'm thinking maybe like 100 subscribers by the end of the year, but maybe, who knows, actually. I found that growth on YouTube in terms of numbers, in terms of subscribers, is a lot easier than it is on Twitch, but that's also because YouTube has a much better algorithm for getting discovered. Like, okay, sure, like, I do have some goals. Like, personally, I will share one of them is I would like to be able to sustain myself, financially, professionally, whatever you want to say it, through content creation, whether that be streaming, editing for other people, which is something that I want to start doing in 2025, or eventually just getting into a more consistent groove of streaming and video creating and also podcasting, which more to come on that. That's something that I also want to work on in the new year, hopefully. But yeah, it's my advice is the best way to avoid comparing yourself to other content creators is to, and I know this maybe sounds like that kind of advice where it's like, well, if you're depressed, just smile more or be happy. Well, or if you're not confident, just be confident. Maybe my advice sounds a little bit like that, but my whole thing is to kind of just change your focus and realize that, yes, it's a normal way to feel. I sometimes I see like some people who are like I always use age as a comparison where I'm like, well, this person's like fresh out of high school and they're, getting millions of views and millions of subscribers, or like, they have a bigger following than me on Twitch. And it's just important to remember that, like, it's your journey as a creator. It's not theirs. It's nobody else's but yours. And like, sure, some people grow faster than others. I've found that recently I would say in the past year, I've seen some insane growth some months and then complete plateaus other months. And that can honestly get like, it does get in my head a little bit. Like, I'm not going to just bullshit you and be like, well, I get over it by doing this. Like, sometimes it does get in my head a little bit when I'm like, well, why am I plateauing this month? What am I doing wrong? Then I remember that there are plenty of creators out there who experience the same exact thing. So in many ways, you aren't alone in that feeling. but also it's not good to compare yourself to others in the first place. Like they always say, I know this sounds like I'm gonna sound like somebody's like Facebook mom with the most fucking bullshit. Comparison is the thief of joy. But in many ways it is. And comparison can also be the thief of growth, I think. Comparison can be the thief of many things besides just joy. And maybe through growth you find joy, or maybe through joy you find growth. But yeah, I like this question because it was very short and to the point. And I feel like I had a very short and to the point answer to this one of just like, it's better to focus on whatever your own goals are and don't compare yourself to another creator, because that's the beautiful thing about being an internet creator, is that you have a sense of uniqueness to you. You're not this person, you're not that person. You might be inspired by them, but you are your own person. You are your own, your own thing. I don't know. I'm running out of steam here. I've got a lot on my mind right now, but I like this question enough to make an episode of IYS. No clue what gameplay footage I'm going to put over this one, but I'll find something. Maybe footage of one of my old Minecraft worlds if I can figure out how to record from my Xbox One to my PC. But if not, maybe just some Minecraft parkour. Who knows? All right. This has been IYS. If you would like to submit a question, you can do so with the Google form down below. And also just join our community. You can follow me on Twitch, which, I'm trying to hit the amazing goal of 500 followers by the end of the year. And we got a lot of traction to build up on that one. So that would be great. Either way, I've been and will always be Trip Shoes. And this has been IYS. Now go explore those old Minecraft worlds. Boot up that old Xbox One or whatever console you got and start exploring those worlds. Have fun.